Oh, look at that. Oh.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, yeah. We're actually streaming right now.
Well, I'm getting an error that my video camera is not working for some reason.
So it looks like we are streaming live on the YouTube. Looks like it's at about 15-second delay or so. So, Alex, what I'm going to ask you to do, if you're with us, hi. This is an experiment. If you'll go to the YouTube channel and see if you can, it says chat is disabled for this live stream, so we'll have to fix that. That's weird. Show more. Huh. Okay, fair enough. All right. So let's just see what this does. Oh, yeah, there's me waving again. So I'm going to get out of here. And Alex will be flying blind, I guess, this week. So, and that's okay, because for those of you watching this live stream, we're experimenting with some things because, we'll be off next week. So for the holiday, but we wanted to try something a little bit different this week on our YouTube channel as we're trying to make some changes and tinker with some things here and there. So I'm going to start recording this meeting, if it'll let me do that. Ooh, up, Alex, it looks like your camera's up. Is it covered for some reason? Alex, do you have me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. There was a video, but it looks like your camera was covered up with something.
No, it's trying to let me use the laptop like some kind of cave person, but
that's what I do.
Yeah, but mine's on a rack away from the desk, so that's an SOL moment for me.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's just go forward, move ahead, try to detect it. It's not too late. I have no idea why I went that way. All right, so for posterity's sake, we begin in 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't say the 1. It is it is 5:02 on the East Coast. It is 2:02 on the West Coast. Did I do that right? Yeah. It is the 21st of May in the year of our Lord 2023, season 4, episode 18. The Cheap Popcast is live on the tube of you. We'll explain all of this down the road. Just stick with us on this. This is a grand experiment this week. We know we've been gone. Actually, no. Correction. Don, you should have caught this.
What's that?
This is actually season 5, episode 1.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to have to fix that in post.
Okay.
This is the beginning of season 5 because remember, we go mania to mania. Yeah. See how rusty we are at this? But welcome to the Cheap Podcast.
Fourth anniversary. Fourth anniversary.
And then some. Right. And then some. Can I get through the intro, please? The Cheap Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things professional wrestling. We are professionals, I promise. Live now on YouTube. All will be explained soon. Sunday nights, normally at 5:30 Eastern, but since we're tinkering with some things, we're going to start a little bit early this week. Clubhouse will start on time. We just wanted to get the tinkering out of the way first here. Welcome. My name is Rob. I am the executive producer of the Cheap Popcast. And man, there's been a lot going on since the last time we all talked in this particular arena. If you look that way on your screen, you will see the official fact checker of Sooner Gator Productions and a man who took care of my daily allowance of fruits and vegetables earlier today. You may know him as Igbunu, but his mama named him Don Ford. I'm going to call him Don Ford. Hey, man.
It's in the saga. We got part 8 coming up.
Of the peaches?
Yeah. The Peachtree Saga. Part 8's going to be coming up.
You might have to look. Somebody might own that. You may need to look that up.
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Just saying.
Who started the 2023 Peachtree Saga? I think I'm the first one. I can't think of it,
Fair enough.
Next thing you know, we get a cease and desist from the presidents of the United States of America.
And that man is my co-host and a man who is so cool that he doesn't even have to be on camera.
Well,
is-
it looks like I am getting some errors that my camera is too advanced for Zoom.
I'm wondering, like, maybe between the shows, just do a full reboot and see if that fixes it.
That's what I'm hoping for. But
Because
right
you
now,
had
it's
Zoom
just telling
updates
me
you were doing before you
high
logged
tech.
on, and there might be some driver issues that just need to be refreshed. Oh, and now he's gone.
He's gone.
There's
He's
no
out.
way this is not staying in. This is all staying in.
Yeah, why not? Welcome to the show.
Oh, goodness mercy. We'll have to wait for Alex to get back. So we have crates. You
Yeah.
have one at your house, correct, Don?
Yep.
I have one here.
Okay.
So what we'll probably do, I'll do this one on this show,
Okay.
and then you can do the other one on the other show. And now
Okay.
Alex is back waiting to be entered into the room. And we will wait for him to suddenly appear on the screen. Ka-chow! Oh, I timed it.
Ha!
That's cool. That was awesome. I could not do that again if I tried. And now he's muted. We'll wait for him to get connected here. Oh, he may be coming to us through his phone because now it just says Alex, where before it said Alex Barnhill.
Okay.
There he is.
It is not through my phone.
But you're back. And that's
I'm fully here.
see, you completely missed it when you were in the waiting room. I clicked admit and I went and ka-chow, and then you showed up on the screen. Like I timed it perfectly. It was amazing.
Good job, Lightning.
And we're now 5 minutes into the show and have not done anything. So
Hey,
Well-
that's ahead of our norm at this point.
while you were gone, I told him, Don, that I have a crate here.
Mm-hmm.
He has a crate at his house.
Mhm.
Yes.
So we're going to do this crate on this show, and we're going to do that crate on the other show.
So on Clubhouse.
Correct.
Understood.
Assuming we make it that full.
Well, we'll put it this way. We'll talk in between shows because there is another level to that.
So hopefully we've got some people watching the stream live. I've got to tinker with some things because the chat was disabled for some reason.
But
So
I
I've
can
got-
confirm everything on YouTube looked great.
So we're very excited. All will be explained soon. This week is more of a test of how all this is going to work going forward. You're going to see a lot of changes, a lot of tinkering things here and there, just because we want to bring you the best presentation possible.
And then we'll have a couple of weeks to forget how we did
I'm going to write it all down. You kidding me?
it.
So let's get into the crate. The way this will work, because this is going to be weird. I don't think we've ever unboxed a crate remotely before.
We have not.
So this is Alex's crate. So Don will get first dibs, and then we'll flip it on the clubhouse. Does that make sense?
Good with any way you want to do it.
Don?
Oh, I got one crate here, so let Alex go first on this, and I'll do the go first.
Okay.
On the one I have.
I was going to go the other way
Well,
around.
But
that's
Don, you're forgetting the rules is when you're the one presenting, you go last.
Okay.
That's why you go first for this one.
Oh, does that mean I'm going to get dibs in the other show?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so as we know, this is from our friends. Actually, I'm going to just show it right because I can this time. Pro Wrestling Crate from our friends at ProWrestlingTees.com. Great packages. We love our friends at Pro Wrestling Tees. They also house our personal club, our clubhouse. But this show store. Good God, I got to get the wheels back.
Currently located at ProWrestlingTees.com/The Cheap Podcast.
Thank you. So we're going to start as we always do. Oh, we have a shirt that's not black this month.
Oh,
How about that? Only one of them. The other one isn't. Oh, we're coming in hot, boys.
Okay.
I wonder if that's punny.
It is not. You might think that maybe your opinion on the crate is that maybe it's just getting a little something the same all the time. Maybe it's getting stagnant for you. Not for me, because I love the crate. But you may have to make a demand that enough is enough and it's time for a change. It is the King of Hearts, Owen Hart. Alex, you have home field advantage.
I believe Don has home field advantage on this one because he goes last on the other one.
Don, you have home field advantage.
I know his love for Owen Hart, so I'm going to pass.
Alex? Yeah, but you
That
gotta
is an
remember,
accurate.
I was gonna say, he also doesn't like writing on shirts either.
I know,
or
but
realistic pictures, which is why I will pass.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you are correct in remembering my love of all things Owen Hart. However, you're breaking two of my rules, and there's not really unique enough of a design for me to jump that.
Okay.
It is hard to believe that it has been 15 almost 25 years
Yep.
since we lost Owen. And that kind of helps us transition into our first story for this week. We lost a legend, a man that had a heck of a run, as they say on Hollywood Babylon, a huge bucket of win in superstar Billy Graham. If you are old enough as we are to remember him, an amazing superstar. I did giggle a little bit during SmackDown when they did their tribute and Hogan was like, yeah, I wanted to be like him. I'm like, you ripped off his gimmick, bro.
Every bit of it.
I mean, it wasn't like you wanted to be him and you were him.
And the hard part is he might have been a better version of Hogan. Just the fact that he was too early.
And the fact that he was so beloved by so many, and he was just that guy.
Yep.
And we want to send our best to the friends and family of Superstar Billy Graham and the fans of which we are three. So out to him.
How many? He started you could say the pizzazz, the flamboyance, the charisma to the crowd, the big showmanship.
Him and Gorgeous George could be 1 and 1.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a pioneer, to say that.
No, I'm not going to debate you there.
Yeah,
I do.
Absolutely.
We do bag on the company a good bit, but I want to give them full marks. They put it in the best way possible. Not only was his name Superstar, but he started the superstar of sports entertainment aspect of it.
Yep.
And there is a DVD set out there if you would like to get it dedicated to him. I don't know if they've ever did it to Blu-ray. I am working my way currently through the Blu-rays for War Games and the Royal Rumble. Very much enjoying that. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, watching that documentary reminded me it was 7 years ago this year that AJ Styles debuted in WWE.
Somehow it still feels like it was longer.
Because and the only reason I know is because that one takes place during the day of the 2016 Rumble.
I remember that.
Show him getting off the bus because they had hidden him. And I was like, that was only, I'm like, Alex, that was only 7 years ago.
No, you said which documentary was it? Which one?
It's called The True Story of the Royal Rumble.
Okay, and it's on Peacock?
No, I'm sure it is, but I have it on Blu-ray.
Okay.
It's a set.
Okay.
And there's a lot of Duggan on it.
Well, he did win.
My favorite pieces.
Spoiler alert.
Well, one of my favorite things is they talk to one of the chapters in the documentary is about the undercard and how the undercard for the Rumble is, if you're on the undercard, it's just as important as being in the Rumble itself. And Kevin Nash telling the story of watching Edge and Dolph Ziggler and him being so impressed with Ziggler that he was supposed to be the one to throw Ziggler out and he refused to do it. And there's another great story. And I'm not going to tell this story because you have to see it, but there's a great story that Duggan tells about Taker.
Quick update. Superstar Billy Graham was only on DVD, the documentary. 20 years
too soon. I didn't think you were.
Yeah. 20 years too soon was too soon for Blu-ray.
Amongst the many changes that will be happening upon this show in the next few weeks, we will no longer talk, and I refuse. I will no longer talk about Dark or Dark Elevation. Because they're not things anymore.
But now we have to say Rampage was X minutes long and then
move
on.
Hold on. We got to get there. But no, Dark and Dark Elevation are done.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a reason for it, which we will talk about when we get to AEW.
Okay.
Everybody clear?
Yes.
Clear.
All right. Night of Champions is this Saturday at 1:00 Eastern. Because they're in Saudi, we have to deal with the time difference. We may be tinkering with that one. I don't know. Don, don't worry about this one. I want to we're trying to get the deconstructions back on track.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex and I are going to be tinkering with some stuff next weekend.
Okay. Here's, I got, actually my brother-in-law Barry in the UK, who I'm going to go see next month. His wife and daughters are going to be in there next Saturday, so I'm going to be with them anyways next Saturday.
Okay, yeah, because I know you've already got plans for Double or Nothing, and everything. I just wanted to let
Sunday.
you know.
On Sunday.
Yeah, but I just wanted to let you know that we might be tinkering with that, and because I didn't want you to be like, "Hey, man, what the heck?"
Yeah. So no problem.
Yeah,
So
we just talked about this last night. So
my sister-in-law, she's coming in anyway. I got to be with her anyway. So on Saturday.
And we have an autobiography on the way from Earl Hebner.
What?
Earl
already had
working on his autobiography.
I thought he already did one, or
I
did
think
it fall?
His brother might have,
Mm.
because he is a twin.
That is true.
God rest the soul of his brother. But yes, Monday Night Raw, because things being things, Ronda Rousey now set to take time off.
Well, yeah, when you look like you might have torn a ligament in your knee because once again you botched your kick.
I missed that live, and I saw somebody break it down in slow-mo, and I was like, just like it was with when we were watching, what were we watching? And I went, I know that pain.
That was last year's
me.
Mania with Boogs.
No, it was Shane at this year's Mania.
Oh, well, it's happened 2 Manias in a row.
Yeah. When I saw the replay, I was like, yep, I know that pain. That's not good.
Yeah.
Where's she been anyways? I mean, she's been off the radar for the last.
They haven't had anything for her was the problem.
Yeah.
She's been useless and they're aware of it.
Liv being legitimately injured. Also, Io Sky being legitimately injured, both from that same match.
Dakota Kai.
I'm sorry, Dakota Kai. You're right. I'm sorry. And apparently Dakota Kai's injury is more serious than they had anticipated, I read this morning. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Couple of notes from Raw. We're all very confused, and we want to apologize to Marianne ahead of time because Kevin Patrick would not stop saying Fast X. It's Fast 10.
Yeah.
But, and I said this to Alex and Don, I don't know if you may not have noticed this because you still watch through Uverse, right?
Yeah.
So Alex and I watch through Hulu.
Okay.
And one of the cool things about Hulu is when you get to a commercial break, if it's already recorded, don't get me started on trying to watch things live and skip commercials because it doesn't work. But once it's done and you're watching the recording, it tells you how long the commercial break is.
Okay.
Kind of cool.
Okay.
What I have noticed the last 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, and I find this hard to believe that it's not on purpose, because SmackDown doesn't do this. Almost every commercial break during Raw is 3 minutes and 16 seconds long. I'm not kidding you. And now I can't not see it.
Yeah.
And I noticed it. I was like, oh, that's kind of, wait, now this one, and now this one. And this is like almost every break. It's 3 minutes and 16 seconds long, but not on SmackDown. Only on Raw and not on NXT.
Okay. I think one thing I want to go back on. You said about the movie Fast. You said it's Fast 10, not Fast
10. That apparently, and Alex corrected me.
I feel like we shouldn't be having this conversation on a live feed.
Well, on the other show, it's fine. But in our emails, it says specifically we refer
Do not
to
call it Fast X.
Fast 10.
Yeah. Okay.
So
all right.
Learning stuff. Your next NX plea after Battleground.
Because my only thing was I remember WrestleMania X7 or 17.
Well, no, but that's WWE, not Universal Pictures.
Okay, all right.
NXT Battleground is next Sunday at the same time as Double or Nothing, which is crappy pool, but whatever. Your next NXT plea after that is scheduled for August 12th. It does not have a name yet, and it is the weekend after SummerSlam. Alex.
You know how sometimes genius happens by accident?
Like me.
It's the name of my autobiography.
No, that's the farthest from the truth. But you were an accident. Anyways, Rob, you just said NX plea, and that needs to be a thing.
Oh, I didn't realize I'd done that, but yes.
When you first said it, you said NX plea. That's what it's got to be.
They are now NX please going forward.
I'll give you that.
All right.
NX please.
I read this morning that if Wesley, now okay, there are two different stories here. Mm-hmm. So stay with me. There's going to be math involved. If Wes Lee remains North American champion for 3 more weeks, he will be the longest reigning North American champion ever, according to WWE.
I want to say that I saw a report that he already was.
That's the other story. By WWE standards, he already is. However, if you go back to 2019 and the way NXT did their tapings, by technical definition, the Velveteen Dream is that extra 3 weeks.
So what you're saying is in kayfabe, it's Wesley. In shoot, it's Velveteen Dream.
In NXT time, it's Wesley. In real time, it's Velveteen Dream. Because remember, they used to tape 2 weeks at a time.
True.
I thought that was a very interesting loophole there. So, and he will be defending in a triple threat next Sunday at Battleground. I thought GYV was done.
No, they asked for their release and were rejected.
Oh, I thought the contract ran out.
No. They asked for their release, hoping to be back on the indies, and were rejected. So thus they are still the dyad.
Okay, fair enough. And I like the Heritage Cup, but I like the Heritage Cup overseas.
Not so much heritage on this side of the pond, you mean?
It does nothing for me on NXT US. And Noam Dar is a guy that I'm very hot and cold on. Sometimes I'm all in on the Noam Dar. Spoiled brat heel does nothing for me with him. He's a great wrestler. He has amazing talent.
I feel like the problem is he's one of those guys that hasn't really evolved from when he started doing this. Because if you remember, when he started doing this bit, it worked so well because he was 17. So being the young punk we all wanted to see get his face stomped in worked. Now it's just kind of like this weird tween thing.
Yeah. Don, any thoughts on the Noam Dar?
Not really, but I was kind of like you're saying, Heritage Cup comes to a lot of things, like the soccer, everything else. And you think of Europe when you think of heritage and all that stuff, because compared to like Europe, America has no heritage. Yeah,
just weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
I like the Heritage Cup rules. I think that's really cool. The way the rules work. It just does nothing for me here.
There's with soccer, which isn't big here. Even though it's the world's biggest sport.
Football.
Lacrosse.
Football is life.
Yeah, I mean, do it. UK, I'm cool with it, but that's like doing rugby rules in the US now instead of Australia. If they had NXT in Australia, and they had a rugby challenge, and then they moved it here, it wouldn't be too great. So
I feel like cups work better on this side if it's a final point. As an ongoing thing, it doesn't work. It just seems cumbersome. Whereas if you have it as an NX plea, where that's their version of the King of the Ring of some kind, then that really would work.
We need to get to the second t-shirt.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
The second t-shirt.
Yeah,
I have home field advantage, right?
Yeah. Well,
no, I'll have home field advantage on the next show.
Correct. Yeah. It's Don, me, you here.
Yeah.
If we were in studio, they might have to set up an octagon on this one. Because you remember when I said both t-shirts weren't black?
Well, I just saw the color briefly.
I can't get over this shirt. And I don't know how to tease this shirt.
It also tells me that it's probably going to Don.
I can tell you based on the color, you might know who it is.
I have an idea.
I'm out because octagon. I was thinking of.
Do you want me to guess the talent, Rob?
Yes.
Taz?
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
You said octagon. I thought Ken Shamrock.
No, I'm talking
you
about
took the wrong part of that, Don. You
Okay.
took the wrong part.
Okay.
Because yes, it is Taz.
Oh, don't say yam bags.
I want you to think of the color of this shirt.
Yeah.
And why I might be freaking out just a little bit.
I think you need to go. I think you just need to go where.
I can't stop laughing.
Just turn it around. Just turn it around.
I'm gonna bring it up real slowly. Because I have to watch you guys' reactions to this.
Oh.
How amazing is that?
Oh, okay.
Done.
I can't stop laughing at this shirt. This is one of the best shirts I've ever seen them do ever.
Okay. I even though I love Taz and I'd love to have a Taz thing, here's the thing. You guys both have that Florida thing, and I know Buccaneers and all that. So I'm going to respectfully pass to one of you two and let you two steel cage it out.
I am disrespectfully stealing that. I don't care.
Is that not one of the best shirts?
That is an amazing shirt.
I pulled out of the box and I was like, what the, oh my, and rewind if you're watching this on delay, and you'll know the very second I realized the t-shirt that's in this box, because my entire facial expression changes. I am not denying that.
Couldn't the NFL go after them unless they have an
parody? It's parody. Parody's within the law.
Unless they're using the actual logo itself.
Right.
Yeah.
They can get away with parody.
That's amazing. Yeah. Wow.
I'm mad that we aren't all in the same studio because I want to take that shirt now.
I want to be in the meeting where somebody pitched that.
But here's the part that I'm trying to put together. It's brilliant. It's amazing. But why Tampa is the part that gets me.
I don't know.
Like,
but
was his first year wrestling in 87 the last year for the Creamsicles? No, because they still had that for a while.
No, the Creamsicles were way gone. Oh, 87. You're right. I was thinking 97. 97,
right.
Way gone.
But I mean, the Creamsicles were still around longer than that. I think it was mid 90s.
That is nothing short of amazing.
That is brilliant.
Oh my God. All right. Speaking of AEW, big news there. Jay Lethal has filed to trademark Black Machismo.
Oh.
And I believe that's half the story, sir.
Go ahead.
He has successfully
trademarked. Oh, I hadn't heard that it hadn't officially happened.
I believe
Ryback got his.
I know that he filed. I believe it was successful based on, let's just say, there may or may not be a micro brawler currently available to select VIPs of Pro Wrestling Tees. And it is one Black Machismo in full regalia.
Oh, I've seen that. That looks amazing. Let that one wind up in a crate. It may not even make it to air.
I just want to see what off the rails thing they did for the Chase variant.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
It was, of course, announced the big news this week. AEW Collision will be a thing. That's what's replacing Dark and Dark Elevation. June 17th, it will be at 8:00 Eastern on TNT, which missed marketing opportunity. It should be on at 6:05 Eastern on TBS, but that's just me, Alex.
Well, by technical definition, it's not replacing Dark and Dark Elevation. Rampage will be the pseudo replacement, even though it already exists. And the programming we would typically get on Rampage, matches that matter a bit more, will be moving to Collision.
Assuming we're not doing a brand split, which is also the rumor.
Well, the brand split is more of a gray expectation versus a full brand split, because what you'll have is Dynamite and Rampage will be recording together
on Wednesday.
And I do apologize for that. We'll be recording together on Wednesday, and then ROH and Collision will record together. So there is a separation of filming schedules. But as far as a hard brand split, the early reports are that is not the case, even though there probably will be something to it.
What I have read is there will be a brand split, but if you are a champion, you will appear on both shows. That's also a long time between recording ROH on Saturdays and it airing on Thursdays. That's a little weird to me, Don.
Okay, so they're going to do Wednesdays as normal, going to be Dynamite. Then they're going to have another...
Dynamite and Rampage on Wednesday.
Rampage. Okay, and then they're going to do the Saturday night thing at another venue on another date, so it's not...
Saturday, Collision will be live, and then they will record ROH after it to air the following Thursday.
I see. Okay, so and real the Black Machismo was just filed; it wasn't approved. Okay, so it takes months.
But what I'm saying is they're already releasing material, so I believe they've been given a green. The rumor is that they've been given a verbal green light, but no actual filing approval.
Yeah, because no one can, because once they put the thing in, you could use it, but you can't officially put the R. But you have the rights to it until it's approved. They have the rights to it, unless there's a thing. But then once you get the official, they'll put the R on there. Then they can't touch it at all. But they're
I almost wonder if because of when that time frame was. Yeah. Jarrett was the only person that had rights to claim it besides Lethal.
Oh, by the way,
I wonder if that's why
anybody could claim it. Whoever claims it first could take it.
But you have to have a basis for claiming it.
Well, I understand that, but yeah, I can say I'm doing this.
But that's why I'm saying the only person who would have a basis besides Lethal is Jarrett, who tag team partner.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's because I actually had a trademark years ago with my cousin on a beer label and stuff like that. And the thing is that anybody can do it. Anybody can file, but you have to be able to prove that you could use it. And then once you get it, you have to renew it the next time. You have to prove that you have used it. So I mean,
it'll all work out.
Yeah,
it's black and cheese.
Yeah, he can use it now only if there's a dispute. But once he gets that thing, there'll be the R behind it. I mean, it says nobody can touch it. Period. But he can use it now since he filed for it. So.
Also, the aesthetic for Collision is supposed to be reminiscent of Nitro. I read today.
I saw some creative mock-ups on the entry, and it was amazing.
As long as it's the original Nitro and not the Goldberg tattoo
no.
Lego version.
It was the diamond plate AEW on the sides of the entryway. Yes, that one.
Also, this is episode 166. I forgot to say that at the top. Let's see. All Access, which had its season finale week before last. The next season that will be on. Oh, actually, we should probably put effects on this. It will be on Max.
Max. Oh, so it's not going to be on TNT or anything like that. Not
ever. Get to Max.
I actually kind of dig that because it'll let them be more genuine in their statements, whereas there are certain things that had to be recut. I thought it was decent, but they had to recut certain things just because it's like, oh, by the way, Sammy, you can't rhyme with duck every other sentence.
All right, Don, we have the micro brawler, the item, the pin. Actually, we have two items, a micro brawler and a pin.
I'll say item number 2.
Item number 2. Okay, I see the branding on this now. It's very tough to see the branding. But when you wear them, it's not going to matter because you're just going to be like, whatever.
Whenever.
Okay.
And the branding is right here. And it's the thumb.
Okay. See, Rob, I know you love the Cassidy, so I'm going to pass and hope it gets to you.
As I am a prescription wearer, I will also pass.
Which, Don, you're the only one of us that doesn't have to wear prescription lenses. The only time I would wear this is when I'm mowing the lawn, and I already have a pair of these to mow the lawn with. So
you know what, Rob?
I'm actually going to do the very rare boomerang and send it back to you.
Rob,
all right.
But I will say you were the one that had the denim jacket.
Yes, and still do. And
you still could save it for Halloween.
I'll gladly take it. Trust me, but I just wanted because
I appreciate you doing that, but I have no use for it because I wear prescription.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Let's see. AEW Dynamite notes. That was a really long opening segment.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we're still going. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually honestly surprised it took this long to get Karen Jarrett on television. I like no issues with her, but
I don't have an issue with her. I just didn't expect it to happen, if that counts. Like it's been a thing that everybody is around the sphere has known about, but why?
Fair enough.
Does she have to go back to the Impact low blow stuff and all that?
Everybody's doing it though, Don. It's not.
But that was her thing, always to Kurt.
Right, but it's commonplace to everybody now. Yeah. And it's been well documented on the show, my feelings on that.
Yeah.
But I do think that they're telling this 4-pillar story really well.
I do like that.
Like how they're telling this story. It's for me, probably the most intriguing angle anybody's done in a very long time.
And unfortunately, I think this also exemplifies how Jungle Boy is far behind the other three. Like, he might be more talented in the ring, but he's not as interesting. And this is exacerbating that.
Did anybody read the alteration to the script this week?
No.
Apparently, in the promo that I want to say Sammy cut to MJF, it was originally scripted that he was going to go, "We all know who's going to get the next shot, baby." And they didn't want to telegraph it. Mm-hmm. So they changed the script.
We know that that's where that's going. I mean, it's...
I got one thing I want to bring up, because you look at Jungle Boy, you say he's talented, and they put him with the tag team. They love the entrance, like they talked about the other night, where doing the whoa, which makes the Fantastic Fate 4 go through the roof every time she hears it, and she loves the Jungle Boy because of that.
We started that.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, this is more to Alex, and it's not a dig or anything like that.
No.
If you were Tony Khan and you wanted to build him more, because he has talent, the guy's a company man, he's popular with the entrance. What would you do to make him to that top tier where you would have no problem giving him the belt within the next 6 months?
There's nothing that can be done within the next 6 months. He is far too bland, far too boring, but to save that character for me, have him come up short terribly over and over again, to the point where he crawls back to Christian as the mouthpiece. Let him do the work on the charisma aspect, and let Jack Perry just go do what Jack Perry does best, which is be a non-expressive, great wrestling machine.
And we're glad he's okay after that spot.
True. Yeah. But allow me to give you a parallel to this. Also expressionless, also supremely talented, but Hook carries himself and has a charisma that Jungle Boy is lacking. And I don't exactly know what the parallel there is, but something about Jack Perry just doesn't scream champion to me. And I think it's the fact that outside of between bells, he's boring as all get out.
Now, did you have a problem with him having the tag team titles?
Not at all. No, not at all.
Because again, there's somebody for him to work off of.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And he was by far the better wrestler in that team, but Luchasaurus is the interesting character. Yeah. It worked perfectly. On top of it being the big little that is a traditionally good tag team pairing, Luchasaurus was interesting because here's the other part. I knew there was a problem when they started having Luchasaurus talking more during interviews while they were tag champions. And most of it was just him screaming into the microphone and going, "Is that what you think all dinosaurs sound like?" And then talking about his degree. That's when I knew that we had a problem. If that was our better option than having Jack Perry with a live microphone, that's not good. Okay. But I say, find a way to have him drop the Jungle Boy, because people will feel betrayed. Let him work as the silent assassin heel. Maybe pair him up with Brian Pillman Jr. as the overlooked two. Give them a mouthpiece. I don't know. Let me spitball this one. Like a Paul Ellering, somebody who can carry two young talents in front of him and just let him go annihilate people with their work ethic.
Or make Arn to a heel and let Arn do the talking.
Arn is not.
Arn's got enough for me. Arn's got his own thing he's doing right now.
Okay. But at the same time, I don't even like what Arn's doing now. I respect Arn Anderson as a legend, but he's not helping anybody right now, in my opinion. He's not adding to the Wardlow story. In fact, I think he might be detracting.
Okay.
I feel like Anarchy in the Arena is the midpoint between Blood and Guts and Stadium Stampede.
I feel like it's just a replacement for Stadium Stampede at this point.
Well, Blood and Guts, they did it last June. So do you think
it's been consistently June? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to have them carry that on, and they're going to get a fifth person for each and do Blood and Guts on that?
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I've said before, and I stand by that.
But I think they're also going to try and push Blood and Guts back to later in the summer. I think it's going to move off of June if they're going to do Anarchy in the Arena now.
Or do you push Blood and Guts to All In, since you're going to be doing it overseas?
I was thinking of either All In or All Out as your,
because I think All In would be a good play for that, because you want to do this big extravaganza.
May I fantasy book for a second?
Always.
All In is before All Out, correct?
By a week.
Right, but I'm clarifying. All In, you do a elimination tag of the 5 members on both sides. Whichever team wins gets the advantage at All Out for Blood and Guts. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the deal. I'm surprised, actually, that we pushed off of Collision without talking about the alleged pivot on standby.
So, yes. So, it is scheduled June 17th for the United Center, assuming that is
They have the United Center blocked off.
Assuming that is the return of CM Punk. If that does not happen, there are rumors that they will pivot it back to Daly's place because they don't think the tickets will sell as well.
Which they'd probably be accurate.
Just stick to guns. Just stick to guns.
We get back from England the day before All In Wembley. So yeah, we get back Saturday.
You're going to a match at Wrexham. I have no sympathy for you.
Well,
this much.
The Fantastic Fate Four kind of said, "Hey, do you want to extend it and go to this thing?"
Do it. I'm telling you right now, do it. Okay. You know what, Rob? I'm going to speak for both of us for a second. Yeah. Okay.
If possible.
I said, Rob, to Don, are you okay with me doing this? Rob?
Go for it.
Don, you know how you waste money at the end of the year on gifts that inevitably get kicked down a hallway or thrown in the trash or damaged or thrown at you, allegedly?
I thought you loved
Take whatever garbage gift money you have set aside, because you, sir, do not half butt anything on those, and I appreciate the effort. But I want you to take the money that you would spend on these terrible, terrible gifts.
Okay.
And I want you to put it towards staying an extra 12 hours or however long it takes and going to All In, because there's going to be exclusive merch that I need texted about to me, and I will Zelle you the money for.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk to the Fantastic Fate Four on that.
Yeah, Rob, could you hit it again so that we could get your response clean?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
One quick NWA headline. Tyrus is preparing to release his second book that will be called Nuff Said in November. And I cannot believe they did a pay-per-view called The World is a Vampire. Impact Wrestling Under Siege is this Friday night. That's all I got because Impact bored me to tears this week.
It has been
love Steve Macklin as a human. He is not carrying a company right now.
But they got Trinity.
Her gear was weird.
They got Trinity.
Her gear was weird.
And that was the outfit from last week with where the sun rays came in and were centered, and basically the area of the.
Yeah, Don, we got it.
Yeah.
We watched it. We were there. We were there.
Yeah, I found that creepy.
Let's see here. We have item, pin, or micro brawler, gentlemen.
Pin.
The pin this week is actually a t-shirt that I have.
Ooh.
It is the Young Bucks money thing.
Oh.
I know you're the pin guy, so I'll pass.
Same.
All right. Put it right over here with the other ones I haven't put up yet. I got a whole stack of them I got to put in the thing.
We need to get you more boxes is what we need.
No, I mean, I got plenty of room in this particular shadow box.
Oh, we'll get there.
But, you know. Ring of Honor, the Mac Attack is a thing. Willie Mac and Ninja Mac are now a tag team, kids. Adjust your rosters accordingly.
And it might be my favorite tag team situated to ROH. I don't care what anybody says. Ninja Mac is amazing. Willie Mac, also amazing. I love them both.
Not really a promo machine. That's all I'm saying.
Neither of them are.
I like Peter Avalon.
I do too.
But I cannot take this. I don't care what he does. I don't care how many changes he makes to his appearance. I can't get past the fact that he was a librarian.
He was the lesser of two librarians. Let's be honest.
That is true. Shout out Leva Bates, who was nothing but nice to me in the Philly airport.
100%.
Iron Savages is a thing. What are we doing? What are we doing? This is the most 80s gimmick since current Johnny Swinger.
But this is what happens when you get a cease and desist over the term bear country.
Oh, God. somewhere Otis is going, not my gimmick. Get ready for Senor Take to join them. That's all I'm saying. Just another reason I love Zack Sabre Jr. Did you watch that promo?
Yes.
When he called Samoa Joe Samoan Joseph. I literally had to pause it. I was laughing so hard.
Did you hear the woman yell in the crowd though? I love you. Not now, sweetheart. I got business.
Oh, that's what he was. Okay, that's what he was referring to. When he called him Samoan Joseph, I thought like somewhere Chris Jericho's going gimmick infringement.
But at the same time, how brilliant was his timing going from facing Samoa Joe to going, ooh, there's two guys on the stage. We should team up and fight them instead. And then maybe later.
And then fight each other. And Don.
Yes, sir.
I know you don't have Honor Club, so you could not watch Ring of Honor this week.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know where this is
going. About my idol?
Apparently, and I missed this part of the angle. Apparently, one of the boys has been taken out by the, was it by the embassy?
Yes. Well, the Toa Leona and the other two that
Gates of Agony.
Gates of Agony, yes.
So they are in a tag match, and introduced as their opponents are Dalton Castle and the Boy. They get to the ring. He does the whole bit. And because only one of the boys is with him, he only raises one of the arms with the cape.
Oh,
so he was half masting the entrance.
Oh,
I wanted to.
How did he? Okay, he always steps on the back of one who gets on. All,
there's like 9 of them now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. But there's always one that he would put the shoulder.
Yes. But that's the thing.
Yeah,
I just wanted to high school yearbook him and go, Dalton Castle never change.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and then there's the aspect of him jawing very vulgar and very loudly while taking off his outfit and struggling with it, and so angry that he forces the Gates of Agony to shake his hand in the most aggressive manner this side of Putin.
So funny. This week's AEW Rampage will air at midnight Eastern Saturday night / Sunday morning because of the playoffs. So be aware. The only note I have from Rampage, best friends plus Bandito equals best amigos. Adjust your roster accordingly.
I believe they had been advertising them as that for 2 weeks.
That was the first time I paid attention to it. Because I actually had to really watch the shows because we had a show to do this week.
That is also fair, but the best amigos and Bandito fits perfectly. Like that dude knows how to emote, even though you can't even see his neck, let alone his face.
All right, Don, micro brawler or item?
We already did item 2, so let's do micro brawler.
The micro brawler.
Yep.
Is a chase variant.
Ooh, we got a chase.
We did. I'm not going to bury the lead because it's a chase variant, because I want you to see what the non-chase variant looks like. It is a man who, because of his name, was echoed by a radio personality in Dallas-Fort Worth for many, many years. In the early days of the ticket, you had Mike Reiner and you had Greg Williams. Mike Reiner named him Greg the Hammer Williams. So this is what the normal Greg the Hammer Valentine micro brawler looks like. Okay. This is the chase variant.
Oh. That's a well done brawler.
It really is.
I saw Alex's thing. Alex, do you want that?
No. Don, if you want it, by all means, go for it. Because I'm going to have first crack on the... Oh, no. Rob's going to have first crack on the other show. So, by all means, take it if you want it.
I'll pass, since it's a chase thing. Those are special. I'll pass.
And because I think it would fit best in the Museum de Rob, I will also pass.
I will put it over here.
I feel like I would be disingenuous taking it just because it's a brawler or just because it's a chase. Because if we're being honest, Greg Valentine's almost entirety career and his absolute best was before me.
I feel like I kind of like one of each because I like the the red on black too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that looked really nice. If you are someone like us that does not do spoilers well, pretty much avoid the internet this week because you double taped SmackDown on Friday.
I believe every company double taped this week, because even AEW double taped Rampage this week for next week.
I thought they do Rampage live on the weekend of the pay-per-view.
No. They announced that they have already done spoilers since the Rampage would be taking place somewhere else, and they're focusing on Double or Nothing. At least that's the reports I've been seeing.
I thought it was like a Thursday, Friday, Sunday thing, or maybe it's about Friday, Sunday, Monday, because there are 3 shows for Double or Nothing.
Yeah, but they may have been doing a House Rules leading into Double or Nothing.
Could be. That. This week's SmackDown, I get where Roman's new shirt goes, but the goat on it doesn't work for me. It's not a good shirt.
It's not well done.
It looked like a bull.
No, it's a goat because he is the goat.
Maybe all of us should have prescription glasses.
I thought maybe as
I got an email with it 2 days before, and I looked at it and I'm like, this doesn't work.
No, it's one of those, I see what you're doing here, but I don't care. It's not well done.
And I think Don was very happy on SmackDown because he now has a soccer jersey that matches the Brawling Brutes.
You know what? I dug those kits.
I did too. I'm like, I might be going to shop because those are awesome.
Well, to me, I literally would have already been on shop, but I'm like, I still hate the name. But the question is,
go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll go.
The question is, do I wait until they have a Pete Dunne one?
See, my thing is, I'm now inside the window that I can't buy things for myself until I talk to my wife first, because we are inside 6 weeks until my birthday.
Yep, that's a fair point.
So even though I did get one purchase okayed, and we'll talk about it on the other show, but there's that. I like that Zelina's still wearing the Puerto Rico gear.
I like that it's not just going away as a one-off, but I'm also, and you know what? I would love to pivot this question to you guys. I find myself very much disliking when people wear the same gear 2 matches in a row or 2 appearances in a row. For some reason, I don't dig that. Like, it could be similar, but if it's the same gear, I'm kind of like, mix it up a bit. I mean, give us something. Stone Cold. Yeah. But there was a different bit to him because the vest changed, or he came out in jeans instead. That's why I'm saying per
it is 740th. I have no issue with it because she didn't have the cape thing. She just came out in the gear. And I think the gear's awesome.
No, the gear is awesome. It's just one of those but it also kind of gets me because they tried to announce her as being from Puerto Rico, but I know better. It's one of those times where I channeled my inner Don and I was getting annoyed at knowing the real, and it was the kayfabe was annoying me.
All you got to know is Undertaker is not from parts unknown.
Where's she originally from then? Is it Puerto Rico?
She's from New York.
Oh, okay. But
her heritage is Puerto Rican.
Yes, she is Puerto Rican. I'm not taking anything away from that. But Don, one of the big things about her is that her father was one of the first responders that went down in the towers on 9/11.
Yeah, I saw that where her one of her she's been.
Yeah, but no, that's where they had always been. They had always been from New York with that aspect. So I don't dislike the gear. It's just redundant.
I love that the mist is still an effective thing all these years later.
And them trying to talk up how she came up with a new mist concoction. I don't know why. It felt very cheesy 80s, and yet I still enjoy it.
I need footage of Asuka in a lab coat with test tubes.
Or even worse, you just have like a Pennywise overlooking as she's murder clowning up over a vat of acid or whatever it is.
And I'm declaring gimmick infringement, defending the honor of my sister, because Santos Escobar said, "See or no, that is copyrighted by my sister, and you will leave her alone."
And this is the copyright episode, isn't it?
Yep. Nothing from WoW. Only other thing that I saw of any interest this week is that not only are Ross and Marshall Von Erich free agents, but their family is now moving back to Texas.
Yep, Kevin included.
Yep.
Plus, we have a one night with Kevin Von Erich later this year.
The leaving the Hawaii bit and going back to the Denton.
Oh, it's not the bit, Don. They're literally
that's where they live.
moving in
Well,
Hawaii.
I know that's his name.
But yeah, no, they're moving back to Texas. All right, Don. The other item
Okay.
is a patch.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to make a prediction. As much as I'm trying to get the patches put on my jean jacket, I don't think this one will make it to me. Because if I put this patch on my jacket, this patch could kick my head in.
I'll pass.
Patch. It's a good looking patch.
I don't. I'm not patch guy, so I'll pass.
You're gonna get your kicked in. I took the flag. I will pass on the patch.
Okay.
Just out of decency and sharing is caring.
I want to say it's the third patch because there's I got a JS patch around here somewhere and the evil Uno. All right, last item this month.
Well, before we get to that, I also want to just touch on one thing that we didn't talk about in Dynamite. It was an old school moment, and I really, really want to talk about it. So selfishly, I'm going to stop us down for it. How great was it for the Falls Count Anywhere with Adam Cole being banned from the building, ending up outside the building where that can happen?
That was great.
I loved it.
I love the follow up on Rampage.
Yes.
Oh, you did that? Cool, because I'm coming in now.
Yeah. That's going to be a fun one.
Before we leave, we have to do the autograph.
Signature. Uh-oh.
If I were to give you a riddle.
A what?
A riddle.
Okay.
And that riddle asked you what the WWF and Emilio Estevez have in common.
You don't want my answer on this show.
So what's the real answer?
Ducks fly together?
Nope. They both can claim to have been represented by a repo man.
I'll pass.
I'm still not getting the riddle. I'll pass.
Emilio Estevez did a movie called Repo Man.
I did not know that. Because I honestly thought it was a cocaine joke when you set it up.
Nope. Although true.
Yeah.
All right. We want to thank everybody for being with us through this experiment. We're going to try to figure out how to get the chat working. I don't know why it doesn't work. I got to figure that out. But make sure you follow us on all your social medias.
Before we go, finish this up, one thing I want to bring up, the Saudi show, there's the tag team. There's Bianca versus Asuka. And there's the, was it AJ versus,
this is really, do you want us to just run the card? Is that what you're asking?
Who do you think's gonna, and then even double or nothing, who's gonna win the fatal 4-way, the 4 pillars?
Honestly, I feel like all of those are givens and we're all gonna have the same answers.
Honestly, I don't think there's going to be anything shocking to come out of whether it's Under Siege, whether it's Night of Champions, whether it's NXT Battleground, whether it's Double or Nothing. It's going to be just a run-of-the-mill weekend for shows, and please, I don't see MJF losing. I honestly don't see any belts moving at all, save one.
Go for it.
And it's one I've been asking for months. Give Taya Valkyrie that belt. That's it.
Okay.
I agree with everything you said. The only difference I could see was the nightmare booking I was telling you about. I could see them hot potatoing the IC title for a second. And other than that, it's going to be Seth as the heavyweight champion. MJF's going to retain. This is going to be enjoy the ride because we already know the destination.
Yeah. We just hope for quality matches.
Yeah, my thing is I think Seth will take the title. I actually think because they never changed belts before there. There's never been a title change in Saudi Arabia that I'm aware of ever.
There have been multiple.
Not in the big ones.
Yeah, that's where Goldberg beat the Fiend.
Yeah, but not for the title.
Yes, for the title.
Was it for the title in Saudi Arabia? Okay. I was wrong on that.
And I want to say the Fiend won. No, because there was the Hell in a Cell that they somehow had a DQ in that, and then it was the Universal title has moved once or twice in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, because my thing is, I would say if there's going to be a title change besides Valkyrie, I would say Asuka wins because it's the part 2 now, and Bianca's had it over for over a year now.
Unfortunately, I don't see that kind of a booking happening in Saudi Arabia, to be honest with you.
I would be women to the next level. That's the only reason why.
I would be more apt to see Asuka win Money in the Bank.
But she's already won it too, though.
Yeah, but she never got a cash in this way.
She never technically cashed it in.
Yeah.
She had it for what? 22 hours? And then it was, by the way, you're now the champ.
Oh, yeah. By the way, inside the case isn't a contract. It's a belt.
Yeah, I remember.
Hunter agrees with me. And that never. Right, son? All right. Follow us on all your social medias. It is the Cheap Popcast. We are starting the process of trying to figure out the website. Keep a hold of us. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit like our videos. Tell everybody you know we're on YouTube. We want to get those numbers up so we can start to rebuild everything and make everything look pretty and sound pretty and everything else. You can follow me on all your social medias if you like. Everything officially now is Yes That Robber, and that is spelled ERVIN.
I am Vexploit on all social media. If you'd like to help out the show, please go to ProWrestlingTees.com and search for the Cheap Popcast. I am currently trying to share the screen, but it is disabled.
And that URL to get those awesome shirts that even make me look good is ProWrestlingTees.com/Cheap Popcast. And at Twitter, I'm Eddie Boonu. IGBN.
You can email me questions, comments, concerns. Tell me to go pound sand. I'm Rob at thecheappopcast.com. Charlotte Parker is on Pinterest because I'm sorry. I apologize. Charlotte Marshall is on Pinterest because we are morally obligated to say that. Still getting used to it. Our normal show every Sunday night, normally at 5:30 Eastern, is your one-stop shop for all things professional wrestling. We will see you in 2 weeks because next weekend is Memorial Day. And then we should have the wheels back on at least for a month, because then we got 4th of July and my birthday. So until next time, for Alex, for Don, for the Empire, I'm Rob. This has been the Cheap Popcast. We will see you at 7 o'clock Eastern on our other channel for the Clubhouse Podcast.